any second now. We'll be back. Virtus.Pro taking on OG Dota 2. And we're in.
There we are.
Woo! Best of 3 lower bracket elimination match here in the Summit for Europe. Team OG have been on a huge hot streak. They had something like a 17-game win streak until yesterday when Alliance drew them in Dream League. So they've at least lost a game, proven that even they can bleed. But Virtus.Pro themselves been solid since TI5, but haven't been as dominant as some would maybe hope. So,
yeah.
I mean, OG, I guess, slight favorites coming in, but who knows?
Who knows? Anything could happen, honestly.
Okay.
These Alliance, Alliance came back. Alliance has come back completely in the last week. They've just been kicking ass all over the place.
It shows that, I mean, persistence for Alliance. It was like, I mean, it wasn't even like, let's just keep on changing our rosters or picking up some new team. It was like, we believe in this team and the core and what they can do.
Yep.
I mean, S4 returning, I'm sure, one of probably the biggest reason why it's starting to work again. But hey, Alliance come back. I mean, neither of these teams have gone anywhere. Virtus.Pro, they've been at all these big majors. They've at least had okay showings. I mean, you look at MLG, they got... Did they make it out of their group? Were they? No, they finished third in their group.
Finished third, yeah.
But they still put up like they took games off the top teams. They beat LGD. So
they still look good.
Yeah,
That's what matters.
I think you have to look at how they lost, not just the fact they lost. So we're gonna hop in the draft, guys. We've got Virtus.Pro versus OG Dota 2. Game number 1 here. As we'll smoothen things out, and it will be Virtus.Pro over on the Dire side. First pick in their hands, and Slada snagged right away.
Completely changed up from the other games. Queen of Pain's left in the pool. They didn't want to grab it. Went to Wyvern as well. Not the same as the other drafts that we saw before. They go for the Slaughter first pick.
Yep. And with Queen of Pain still available, I mean, you kind of were talking earlier today. It was like when G's on Queen of Pain, they win Dota.
Yeah.
So Wind Ranger though, I guess with Slada. So G Wind Ranger is something comparable and something that synergizes a bit better with the Slada.
You can see the Nanyang impression right there on Virtus.Pro. The Wind Ranger Slaughter first two. And OG just don't care. They picked the gyro, even though, you know, as we saw the last few games, it hasn't been doing so hot. OG doesn't really care.
I like all the games yesterday I was watching, like when we had the one series, and then after that I was like watching some of the other games going on in Dream League and stuff, and like Slada Wind Ranger was being picked up every single time, be it like Vega, OG, whoever, Alliance were running Slada Wind Ranger. It's just every team is doing this duo opening nowadays.
It's just so much physical damage. It's good lockdown on both heroes. They both have low cooldown stuns, power shots. So, you know, power shots just overall really useful throughout the game. And then, focus fire with amplified damage. Anybody's dead late game in one stun.
All right. Well, as for the gyro early pickup, it seems Fly and Team OG not gonna look at the last series and say, "Oh, gyro's not so good right now." They believe this pick can still work for them.
Yeah, this is something that I think was something that Fly brought to Complexity when he was on this team as well. They would pick this Dazzle Gyro first to a lot just because of the potential that the two heroes have. You know, Gyro sometimes can be a bit squishy, but Dazzle's there just to make him like much stronger. And Weave as well in the way it works with Flak. Very good in team fights.
I mean, Gyro often takes a lot of items before he can become a good physical late game carry, and Weave just means it accelerates the process if you're using it offensively as well. So we'll see next bands come out, Beastmaster as well as Alchemist, something that OG were running quite a lot of, going through the qualifiers. There was a lot of Alchemist games for them, and OG banning out the Ancient Apparition for now, targeting more towards some of these supports. AA a good kind of counter pick to the Dazzle in general.
Who tends to play the gyro for OG?
I was thinking through that myself, and I did not have an answer.
I think it's just Miracle.
Depends what mid they run. I mean, you can check Dota Buff if you want. I can't actually tab out, but it probably partially depends what mid they're running. I mean, gyro to me is one of those heroes that either Miracle or No-Tail could be on.
Let's see. I think I guess it depends on what other heroes they have, because sometimes they've played where they have like a gyro and a Queen of Pain, and it's been Miracle's been on the Quap and No-Tail's been on the gyro, so they just switch. It just depends on what other heroes they grab up.
If it's like a gyro Alch, I imagine it'll be Miracle, gyro, and No-Tail on the Alchemist, for example. And hey, there's always the Meepo. Do we dare see a Meepo? It's been a while. I don't know if OG's run it that recently.
I don't think OG really has. Weeha's like the only real, like Secret's the only one that's really like pushed it to pick it a bunch of times.
No, they run it here. And there was that one big game where No-Tail played it in the Frankfurt.
That's true. That's a good point.
But not. That was like 2.5 weeks ago now. 3 weeks ago even.
Feels like months ago.
Yep. Lil Visage. There's a classic. And A nice little pick here for this Virtus.Pro lineup. And a team that still also sometimes runs the Dro Visage.
And they picked it into the gyro. No fear. That's Lil. That's just Lil, though, because like FNG said in one of those interviews, you know, you pick... like, why'd you pick Visage here? It's like Lil has over 1,000 games of Visage. If he wants Visage, you pick him Visage.
10 seconds remaining.
And
very confident.
with physical damage amplification from a Slaughter, it's like, it's a great pick. So we'll see Brewmaster picked up. A nice kind of tanky hero for the front lines to deal with some of that physical damage because he's the natural evasion that he's got and brings to the table.
Looking like their lineups that they've had recently, almost every single day. The Undying, the Dazzle. Either they have, looking at it, they have either Undying and Dazzle or Undying and Winter Wyvern, and then they pick up some combination of the other heroes, either Gyrocopter with Panda, or Invoker with Panda, or Shadow Fiend with Panda, and then they have like some Sven or some type of offlaner that Moon can play.
Well, Silencer comes up as the immediate response, possibly a core Illidan Silencer.
Remaining. 5 seconds
And we'll see
remaining.
exactly what Virtus.Pro look to do here. So do you think core Silencer, support Silencer?
I think that'll be...
Reserve time.
That'll probably be Illidan, because then
Yeah.
G will probably be playing the Wind Ranger, and then... yeah, FNG, there's not... we're just missing the FNG hero unless they just throw the Silencer on the support and decide for a different carry.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think they want anything too greedy against what looks to be a very aggressive mid. I mean,
seconds
you look at this mid game for OG. They've got a Brew initiating, a Gyrocopter, the Undying. The team fights is sick.
Virtus.Pro
I like the draw ban though,
to
as
ban.
far as the OG last ban is concerned.
Bruce seems like it would be pretty sweet versus Slaughter overall, because he doesn't really get a BKB at all. If he's just running around, just cyclone him up constantly, he's not really going to be too
Yeah.
much of a nuisance in these fights.
No. I saw it was also. I mean, we were watching the Alliance game earlier before we started, and it was a Brewmaster against the
Radiant
Bristleback
team
as well,
pick.
which was a pick that Vega were trying out a bit, and Brewmaster just kept him flying in the air for the entire team fight. That Cyclone spam, very underrated in general. So, last pick for the two teams, OG, Dota 2. Depending on how they want to lane things here, I mean, the Brew is normally the no-tail hero, I guess. They're not likely to run this in Moon's hands. Moon could play the Undying here. Hard to say exactly what they're going to go for. The
10
Sven, a hero
seconds
that
remaining.
OG has been doing quite a bit lately, which also helps
Yeah,
it
that's
ban.
what I was seeing. It looks
5
like it. And it's
seconds remaining.
pretty good versus VP's lineup, but yeah,
Yep.
like you said, it's banned.
It's all about the physical damage from VP. And
So
there we
they
go.
go for
There's
the
Moon's
Fury.
hero. So the
Virtus.Pro's
offlane Nature's
turn
Prophet
to
will
pick.
make its appearance here.
Looks like a pretty standard OG draft.
Yep.
So what, it's Panda mid?
Yeah, Panda mid, Gyro safe lane, Prophet off lane, and then supports wherever they feel they need to be.
Okay. I'm sure Panda does fine versus Windrunner. You're probably going to
Yeah.
lose a little bit. It's probably like, what, 60-40, maybe a little bit worse.
Does this look like a good game for a core Silencer, or do you
10
rather
seconds
something else here,
remaining.
do you think?
They have
5
okay
seconds
lockdown.
remaining.
They don't really have a... Windrunner, I guess, the base hitter.
Reserve time.
It looks more like it would be a support this game, but they sometimes just run it on Illidan and he gets super farmed.
Yeah. Haven't got the best line for taking. I mean, it's okay for taking objectives, but very much they'll be playing. Well, okay. That's the last pick we weren't necessarily expecting. It's gonna be a safe lane starter then.
So yeah, it's support silencer. I was like, I don't know if I don't think that they would believe in a core silencer versus these types of heroes. You're just like trying to prevent the grave. You're trying to prevent the Brewmaster split if possible.
And this pick likely catches OG a bit by surprise. I mean, Slaughter may be something they were expecting. We were just kind of talking like, oh, if they run core silencer, if they run support silencer, they're looking for a safe laner. But of course, Slaughter can be played in that role as well. So Brood, not really with any counter on the OG side. They're going to need early sentries and a lot of pressure out onto the Brood from the Gyrocopter, trying to zone him from like level 1 as early as possible.
Yeah, let's see how they handle it. I think if the Dazzle just plays like in the lane, maybe it won't be so
Yeah.
bad.
10
But
seconds remaining.
he has to be very careful not to venture out on his own at all into the
5
woods.
Does mean they can't really help out the other lanes with their supports. They're gonna, at least the Dazzle's gonna have to be dedicated towards that safe lane. And
Do these teams TP? All right, we got one. There we go. Lil TP'd.
yep. All right, so here we go. Game 1 of our best of 3 elimination.
And he gives him a nice have fun. We have a late TP now. Ooh, very late
Oh, wow.
TP for coming out from 11.
Yeah, that's great. I was about to say for a second,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I saw.
I don't know
look-
why he puts...
I
don't
saw
know
the
why he
name.
does
I'm
this.
like, wait a second. Who's the last player I'm forgetting? Yeah, Crit. So, Crit tagged up, showing respect towards the eHome offlaner.
You mean Jarax, right?
Yeah, Jarex.
Just
Jarex,
throwing
yeah.
Jarex.
Jarex with the incredible grave. Are you ready for
He
it?
plays on different teams somehow.
No. So, looks like early lane ward planted by VP's Lil here to scout out this push into the dire jungle. Moon is moving up with boots, so he doesn't have wards, but it's going to be 11. No observe ward. He's almost doing like the fake ward. And he actually gets pinged out. This is something I've seen a few players do here or there, where it's like they moved towards a certain direction as if they're like planning a ward. But in reality, they don't even have a ward on them.
Yeah. Some people try to do cheeky stuff. You know, you drop it at your tower and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
they're not going to notice this time.
Bait it. And it will be Gyro safe lane, so we'll have to see some support head down towards the bottom lane to deal with Brood. Fly just pops a lane ward in mid. And here we go. VP want this top rune, and it looks like OG. They want to fight this one. They're bringing in heroes themselves. They've got the Undying. Lil goes to the high ground. He's got a Grave Chill and look to make a run. He will get out of there. Illidan with a nice 2-hero crush. Bounty rune respawning soon. Wind Ranger grabs it, and then immediately Wind runs away. So they secure the rune. They get out without losing too much there. Although they don't... Also, Bounty Rune bottom does go the way of Miracle, who's not the ideal target for it, but it does mean at least VP don't get both.
Looks like they're just going to start dual lanes. Dazzle's top. They're just
Gyro solo?
leaving Miracle alone.
That surely can't remain that way. But
I'm sure that can't go too well for him, but he did get the bounty.
oh, and Fly's got sentries and dust, so he'll make his way towards bottom at some point here, I imagine.
Yeah, he's just going right now. He just threw a decay.
And having the dust, so you've got no real setup, and Brute can just run away from you at any given time. Until, what, like a Prophet TP with Sprout if Brood has no Tangos? It's like, I just don't see the kill potential onto the Brood with this dust.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're just trying to like salvage the mistake that they kind of made. I think the Brood just really caught them off guard.
Well, and DK Phobos, very much a comfort hero for him. So we'll see how OG handle the Brood. For now, looking at some of these other lanes, it will be the dual lane top with Crit and Moon. Moon with boots, just using those treants to be pesky, harass. Try and keep this pull camp blocked for as long as possible. And even the Shadow Wave coming out. FNG getting very low here. We'll look to go on Moon here. Illidan.
Moon's looking very dead.
He's sprinting in, but with boots first, Moon may be able to get away. He's just slightly slower than the Slardar. They're going to need a couple more right clicks out of this. Sprint going to be wearing off. They're looking to chase it. He's probably making the call. Where are you, G? Wind Ranger, get over here. This could be a kill. He's getting the Treant block as well. He's
So
going for the
much
suicide.
space.
The power shot. He gets the neutral deny.
Oh,
Moon.
Not like
What a
this.
baller.
Not like this.
A true OG.
Meanwhile, Dazzle's just like, all right, well, you know, I'll just get some
Easy.
CS, get some my farm, get some levels. Good work, Moon.
Especially for Crit, who's not used to seeing that kind of farm come his way.
I've really thought that they would get him there.
Yeah, they even... G could have rotated earlier, but his team's probably saying, oh, we've got the kill without you, and it really looked like they wouldn't need the Wind Ranger, so...
That 14 movement speed. Not enough.
Well, not quite getting the kill there, and that was a lot of wasted time for Virtus.Pro. Get denied a first blood. It looks like in the bottom lane, like the Brood, at least for now, under control, but it very much comes later once Brood gets like level 4, level 5, where this lane quickly becomes a problem lane. It doesn't even, it feels like they'll almost just have to give up like this bottom lane once Brood gets there. There's no like, okay, Brood's not got a big Spiderling army, let's gank him with like 3 or 4 heroes. It's going to be like, well, let's just rotate the Gyro off the lane and give Brood a tower or two just to basically try to get more out of the map elsewhere rather than the Brood's lane.
Yeah, for sure. They seem to be doing quite alright versus him right now, though. He doesn't really have any spider accumulation. He still has only level 1 of spawn spiderlings.
Yep.
But his soul ring will come out, and like you said, that level 4.
Top lane, 11. Crit, getting low. There's Glaves. And some nice harass from FNG, but it's not going to be a kill.
They're messing with the Slardar a lot. 8 CS.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that was the chase as well, but I mean, all of that is just space for the rest of the team. How about mid? G, 14, 15 CS, Brewmaster, seeing on just 9. No-Tail has gone for 2 points in Drunken Haze.
Yeah, I was about to comment on that.
Whoa. That does not particularly... Normally, it's just a value point. 45 to 55% miss chance. I am surprised to see this build from the Brewmaster.
2-2-1.
Okay.
Not so bad, I guess. I'm not really clapping too much anyway. You're gonna get your wave pushed in the majority of the time versus a winner anyway. He's not really gonna win the matchup anyway.
Yeah. Just means he will have like slightly less damage output when he goes for those kills later on, perhaps. So from having like a point or two less in the clap when he hits level 6. But it's not really like this OG lineup goes for kills. They've got next to no initiation with their draft and top lane.
Looks like he's gonna go down here.
Yep. And they're gonna get first blood. Lil's Visage picking it up as well. That's a good start for the Visage now. Gets a nice little chunk of gold and level 2.5. And here we go. Brood with Soul Ring at bottom, level 4. Starting to build up the Spiderlings, or at least look to build up those Spiderlings. It looks like he's maybe got some jungle issues to deal with as well at the same time.
Yep, starting to accumulate some spiders up. Fly's got good levels though, level 4. Miracle's almost level 6 as well. And they are able to get a kill here if Phobos isn't too careful. They can go for the dust, hit him once, drop the tomb. But he is aware.
It does really feel like a liability for OG though. Like having their initiation is non-existent until they hit the Brewmaster Blink Dagger.
Yep.
Like they've got no other setup stuns, no other even real setup slows. Like, I mean, level 1 Poison Touch is not really a setup. That slow is pretty pitiful.
No-Tail skipped his ult. He went for a 3-2-1 build now.
Huh. And I guess with the pace of this game, there's not going to be opportunities to use the ultimate, so... Unless you're using it defensively to save your own life, which is...
He's not really trying to rotate right now either, and he's not... There's no way he gets a solo kill on a Windrunner. That's very unrealistic.
No, it's just if he's worried about a gank coming in, but realistically, who can gank him? If you hit a Shackle Shot into a Soul Assumption, possibly, or a Last Word, but... I think we'll see a slow-paced early game here from OG especially. VP probably going to look to be a bit more aggressive.
Yep. Wouldn't be too surprised if we see, the Brutes start taking over a little bit. But Miracle's going to be going for armor. Right away buys the Helm of Iron Will, so he can't just get poked down too much from the Brood Mother.
Oh, yeah. And the nerf, how big a nerf do you feel the Spiderling Moose Slow was with the Poison Sting?
How much is it now?
8% instead of 14, I think it was.
It's a decent change. It's needed. That hero can be pretty obnoxious. It's still, it's a niche pick though. That hero can be really good and also be pretty terrible. That last pick though is always going to be pretty advantageous.
TP mid, Moon gonna refill the bottle of No-Tail, and looks like No-Tail will keep himself nice and healthy in this lane. And as OG just transitioned to farm their own jungle, they've pretty much abandoned the off lane, which means Slatter will get a good blink timing. Illidan already up to 1100 gold here, unless he wants to stop off for treads or something. But not just Illidan getting farm, you've got Lil pulling the big camp off to the side, so he's trying to get some farm for himself as well as levels, and see how this kind of develops for them. Interesting, not something I see. I mean, I don't know if Lil does this normally, but he's gone for 2 in the Grave Chiller's Visage.
He sometimes does this. I never realized when it's an exact... I was about to say we're not missing any kills too.
No. That was the cooldown dust. But
we get.
I know we just need to stop talking strategy here. So why 2 in the Grave Chill?
It seems kind of random. Like I see AUI do it from time to time as well. You just don't really have the damage to build up. I guess the Soul Assumption right away, so you just go for the Grave Chill. Getting 4 charges sometimes is a little bit difficult.
Brutal immediately TP back towards his bottom lane. Not a first blood, so not the biggest deal for Phobos as far as going down there, but does help stabilize this lane. And I mean, a Gyro on Dying Lane is actually dealing just fine with a Brood for now. Doesn't look like
very well done.
This lane is going much better for OG than I expected. They will get decentried now, which makes life a little bit more difficult as Brood TP's back in.
FNG is jungling some ogres, trying to find his own levels.
And both teams playing like greedy. Like they've got supports in the jungle, offlane is rotating out of lanes. Neither team really seems to care for going for kills.
Oh, Fly's getting poked. Poke.
Now Spiderlings here. So Brood looks to go in, and that Radiant Sentry Vision. They have to be a little bit careful here. They do need to bring out more, and I believe that's exactly what the Courier's got.
Yep. Fly's rich. He's doing very well for himself on this support Undying.
And what do you feel like the overall game plan is here for the two teams? Like for OG first, like right now, is it just farming, or are they looking to take?
Like they want to farm a lot because he bought the Helm of Iron Will. I'm assuming he's just gonna go for a Dominator. They're probably just gonna play around when they get their, like level 6 Fury on it, Blink on Panda, maybe try to make some plays with the Undying with those, and then just let the Gyrocopter come in from behind, and just have his creep stacking up for himself.
Well, they don't have a...
Top lane, Illidan.
That's a value haste rune to get, and he's going to just go for the instant TP. So, nice safe play from Illidan, and one of the few times you can go for a gank early as Brewmaster is if you get a haste rune before your Blink Dagger. Or an Invis rune as well. Can be quite useful, but... Coming to the top lane, they're actually already done a decent amount of damage to this tier 1 tower. Lil in the front lines will have to be Grave to fake cast an ultimate there. And bottom lane's where the real aggression is. Miracle going to drop a cooldown once FNG turns for a last word. Take up the cooldown damage, but should be A-okay for now. TP in from Moon. He wants this kill. And it looks like he should be able to get it. One more right click will be more than enough. Moon taking the tower, though. The Shackle is there with a power shot. G gets a return kill. One of the Wind Ranger. Meanwhile, the backline's Undying. TP'd out. It looked like the Brood almost brought him down.
Such a nice play by those two.
And G's got a double damage, though. He's looking for Miracle. He's got to hug the tree so that he doesn't set up a Shackle off of this. DK Phobos has another web. He's going to keep on using this. Doesn't have any slow from the passive. That Shackle will land. G, knowing the angle.
That's why people are picking it. Look at him pinging. He's like, what? No way! How's that possible?
He's a Wind Ranger player. He should know.
Yeah. The cone is like 40% now. It's so much bigger than it used to be.
When you're at that like max range, especially.
Yeah. No, but the decision making by OG was really nice there. Like Miracle called down on the silencer, and then Fly was in trouble, and he turns around and starts hitting the spider so that they get slowed down. Then Undying runs into trees, salves himself while the gyro blocks the trees and TPs with the salve on him. It was just very good teamwork. A lot of teams would have just been like, he would have gone for the silencer and just left his Undying to die.
One top lane, Fly gonna get graved up. That'll save his life from some Illidan aggression. Moon keeping him with a grave. Could just go for the kill on Lil now. Pops a stick here. Grit needs to secure this. TP out. May be successful. Oh, that was close. I managed to just break through the Gravekeeper's cloak there. Bottom lane now, Brood poking up and going toe-to-toe with this Gyrocopter, and has support coming from a silencer.
Oh, Miracle might be in trouble.
Last word to lead things off. He was getting slowed a bit. We'll pop the cooldown here. There's going to be... Oh, no, Brood does not get hit by it. That's a problem. DK Phobos has another nuke and will get the kill. Now the Brood.
Top lane, Moon getting gone on by Illidan. Amp up. Dazzle might get in range here. It's going to be close.
Here we go. Dazzle a bit too far away. No Shadow Wave. He will look for the counter kill on Illidan. With that Shadow Wave nuke, he'll get it. Nature's Prophet Treant's actually getting the last hit as well. Action all over the place from the two teams. Looks like No-Tail's still fishing for that Blink Dagger. It really feels like OG can only react to VP. They can't be the ones initiating until that Panda Blink is online.
Yeah, Phobos looks like he's going to be rushing up an Orchid. It's be coming out very early for him. And he's going to be pressuring this bottom tower, if not getting it right now.
And this is... I thought this would have to happen a lot sooner, where they just give up this bottom tier 1 tower, but now it does happen. 10 minutes in, they bring that one extra hero to secure the kill on the gyro and transition into a tower as a result.
Looks like they want to do a smoke play into the enemy jungle. Maybe go for a wrap on G.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They'll have to hit some kind of a cooldown to initiate, I guess, off of this. Lil's Visage may be the target, since he's there looking to be a bit greedy and get his level 6.
Oh no, Illidan's just getting back there. He just TP'd home.
And he just went down
he just died. Yeah, whoops.
Miracle waiting for the lane kind of equilibrium to settle itself. Cooldown, not gonna hit anything. Tombstone will lead to a kill on Lil here. The Prophet ultimate being timed up as well nicely with this gank, but Illidan will survive.
Radiant's bottom tower
You get the
is under attack.
less important of the 2 kills in the top lane. And Illidan gets a creep wave at his tower, which he can hopefully for himself safely farm. There's a lot of OG heroes around this top lane though.
Meanwhile, Brew finishing up his Blink Dagger just about. Yeah. Brood just being a nuisance in bottom lane.
It's very much just like leave one hero to deal with the Brood while the other 4 heroes try and split Virtus.Pro to the other side of the map.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But, I mean, how big a deal is, I mean, like, casters we always talk about, like, oh, this lamp hasn't got many stuns. Like, how big a deal is it for, like, not just, like, in general, and then, like, for a game like this?
It can be a big deal. It can be, but at some points it also cannot be. They have Silencer, which really would help if there was more lockdown. But they do have, I mean, they have Sprout, which is great. Panda, once he actually uses his ult with his Blink Dagger, he'll be able to do as much as he needs to. But I'm sure if they had more stuns, they'd be able to, you know, go for more kills on the Broodmother. All down.
That was complete completely airballed. And bottom lane, this is DK Phobos' show. He's taken the tier 2 tower now as well. It took him 10 minutes to get the tier 1, but he doesn't waste any time getting the second tower in this lane as Notel shows up to farm some spiderlings and also reveal his blink dagger. But OG have to be a little bit concerned. They're not really getting a whole lot out of the map right now.
Not gonna get caught out here.
And Brew's actually here.
No.
Blinks in aggressively. I don't think he used the clap though.
Really smart there.
Yeah, he goes straight into the ultimate because of the last word, and now he's going to get FNG, and as a result, it's one kill going their way initially. Now he'll have the clap when he lands, but there's no other targets to go for. Everyone else from VP TP'd out. A lot of Brew players would have gone for the clap there and been silenced by the last word.
Probably would have ended up netting him the same kill, though.
Yes, it was just, yeah, the silencer getting clapped there should have been brought down. Maybe
Still,
could have gone for a TP out, but I don't think he would have made it.
The decision was still the right one to make. It's a good choice. Slaughter's blink just keeps getting delayed more.
What a
Another
shackle.
Huge shackle.
Yeah, they've got a crush to follow it up. They're going to try and soul rip him back up, but Illidan helps secure one more kill for G, and G's getting a lot of farm, actually just quietly top net worth in this game, and I say quietly, G's also been involved in half the kills for Virtus.Pro. 6.6k net worth, and Aghanim Scepter very close to completion. OG seem to be in a lot of trouble right now. They're not really getting a whole lot done, and it doesn't really feel like the tempo's going to swing their way anytime soon for any key item pickup. They're going for farming items, and VP is going to have great fighting items soon. You get a Blink Dagger on your Slardar. You get Visage's Familiars, which have just come online. Brood with an Orchid. This is going to get even more difficult for OG to take on VP in any kind of fight.
I think they should group up, though. Global's still down. They know it is. Even though Panda ult is down, they should be able to just push this mid tower.
Yeah. Well, they also want to fight before Slardar even completes the Blink Dagger,
yeah,
which isn't quite online yet.
And they want to do stuff before Broodmother can really, get involved at all. He's going for the Orchid build, so he does want to, go for these kills and be involved in the game.
Miracle at bottom just spamming out the wave with the cooldown here, knowing that he can't really remain on this lane for long once Brood comes back, so he's happy just to use the cooldown quickly and get the hell out.
That is a lot of spiders.
Yeah, he may actually go for this. Flax worn off now. He can go in for this kill. Miracle TP's out. Yeah, he was going to have to do that anyways. And
gives him the BM insatiable hunger poke.
There's a BM poke, but that was the insatiable hunger poke. Like, yeah, I don't need this spell. This spell can go off cooldown for all I care. What are you guys going to do to me? Here we go. Here's the smoke rotation. Global Silence has come back up, though, so
they're going to get a ward behind mid tower, and then they should go for the pressure. Global is up now, though.
Yep. It's all down to the Brewmaster to secure these kills. He is the lockdown.
He looks like he's pretty aware of this movement that they were doing. But, he's going to get gone on anyway.
Immediate win run. They're going to walk into the Tombstone here. Cyclone comes out, but here comes VP. Slardar TP's in, has a Blink Dagger as well with a Global Silence. They're going on Fly. They're looking to ignore the Tombstone for now. The Shackle Power Shot possibly going to bring down Fly, but the Grave is there from Crit just in time. Now they've got Illidan on the ropes. G as well. Rocket Barrage will finish him off, and OG have put together a great team fight around the Brewmaster, but bottom lane, they've got Brood problems. They've got to get back to defend. Right now, there's still a lot of heroes on this mid lane. Only the Brewmaster TPing, but that may be enough to defend this one. Blink Clap going to come in, and the Drunken Haze. Looks like DK Phobos will be repelled.
That was really great, Maiko, from No Tail there. Stunning one and then dropping the other one down from the Cyclone at the same time as the call down drop.
Very cool at mid. He's got 1 charges, but taking a lot of damage here.
Graves up in 10. They've got urns and stick charges. Should be okay. Yep. How many ancient stacks do they have? Just 3. He hasn't. I don't believe he's dominated a creep still. I think maybe now he'll go do that.
Could be depending what he finds. Maybe holding out for that alpha. Okay, so he goes for the Centaur.
He just, I don't think he wanted to like accidentally misclick the little Centaur.
Enough has gone wrong for him already this game. And the Brood gang slipped through. It is a slight kill lead going the way of OG, and actually dead even on farm right now, and looks like VP decided it's time to rush. Something OG is probably maybe on their mind, but have no real way to contest.
Yeah, that's going to die very fast. Illidan's got his Blink Dagger up. Next, he's going to be pretty close to that level 11, which will help a good amount.
When I say OG had no real way to contest it, they were making a move towards the pit, but here we go. Aegis already claimed, and Brood in a good position to come and contest this one. They get the Orchid out onto No Tail to start things off. Great call down catches out 3. It was a blink forward from Illidan that caught the backline. Stuns off 2. Power Shot going to help bring down the Undying. The Grave wearing off will be the death of the Brew, or will it? G still on the front lines. He's looking to bring down Miracle. That Rocket Barrage doing some decent damage. He's lost some friends, but Miracle now, his time is up. He gets crushed once more, and it's the Brood and Wind Ranger just wrecking OG. Moon silenced up. The Orchid from DK Phobos. Second time this fight it's coming out, and it looks like it should be enough to help bring down Moon. Power Shot. Ooh, not quite enough with the Spawn Spiderlings. They'll get the kill. An Ultra kill for DK Phobos. All right. Brood's now join the fray.
Phase booties.
Yeah, it's the new build for Brood. I think we're seeing less and less of the treads.
Yeah, it was that cooldown would have been a 5-man cooldown, and Illidan just gets the perfect timing, blinks over, it gets a really nice crush, and
Brood was like
save the fight.
just under it. It looked like a 5-man ended up catching 2 or possibly 3.
Yeah,
but that blink crush was huge.
Yeah, definitely a team fight changer. Global was saved.
Got Primal Split here. They're going to go on DK Phobos. Global Silence is used. The Shackle onto the Fire Panda. He's going to look to phase his way out of this one. Needs to get away. One more Boulder Toss. That's going to hit him. The dust wearing off soon. He's got no more webs, though. One more second. Thrown up in the air.
Sentry down.
And they got the kill. Elsewhere, Moon blinks in with a silence. Illidan now locked in place. He does not have a sprint because of the silence, and that's going to be 2 kills going OG's way. They hold onto their high ground.
Nice return kills.
Yeah, didn't even have to use any buybacks here. That was just the respawn timers, and VP getting a bit too greedy going for that tier 3 bottom tower.
Vlad's too. It's a good pickup now. Helps a lot.
He's got a double damage rune. Oh no! He set it up himself, but I don't think it's going to matter. It did fog G. It looked like it could have set up a potential disaster there, but G didn't have mana to Power Shot and break through the Sprout.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still feels very neck and neck here in game number 1.
Oh man, Moon TPs into a silencer.
Whoa.
I'm dead.
That was unfortunate.
I don't think he expected him to be standing. He's just pinging. He's probably like, why is he there? This is just solo pushing. Why is there a silencer there?
Yeah. I mean, that's often a play you see a support making, which is just like solo pushing some lane far away from where what really matters. So
yeah,
it's like,
especially a Visage.
Yeah, if you get ganked by 3 or 4 heroes, well, yeah, space created. It's not the end of the world. You expect that Visage to be alone.
Oh, crit getting gone on bottom.
And the Brewmaster top crit. Meanwhile, Crash will bring him down top lane though. That's what keep an eye on here. No telling some trouble. He's silenced up. Does not have ultimate for some time, but he's going to look to turn and fight. There's a blink clap, and no, cancels the TP. FNG will throw another nuke here. They may be able to bring down No Tail. Lil needs to get away. He will do so. Oh, 2 supports. First the Prophet, then the Brewmaster. Prophet now TP's in. For some kills, Lil has no TP. He will end up going down, but man, do those supports get a lot. And FNG also has no TP. He canceled his TP for that, but
You gonna get him? No.
they're both silenced here. Familiar going to come back up, but
He couldn't use glaives because of the Orchid.
Familiar, Moon,
Power shot.
Sayonara. Well then, this has just been a very kind of scrappy, bloody game for both teams here.
Yep, Fly now too.
Cooldown's there. Illidan going to get this turned around on him. He thought, like, oh, I'm going to regen rune. This is fine.
So much for that.
This is action everywhere on the map, and always it's like these 2v2 skirmishes.
We're catching all the kills too. Look at that now.
for once.
Brood bottom now too. We see the tower die.
Oh, money. Miracle.
He's back.
He's got his Sanj and Yasha now completed with his Home of the Dominator, so his farm's never really fallen off too much this game. G's pressuring the mid-tier 1.
All these supports are so high level in this game. Undying's level 11. Oh, Windrunner.
Primal Split comes out. G the target for this, and the Prophet TP in. It looks like they may be able to get this kill. The Cyclone's there, so he can't go for the global silence
though.
TP.
He's gonna have blink.
And that, importantly, Brewmaster Cyclone not doing any damage means that he does get the blink out. Now he's got a win run, so it looks like he'll survive. One last Boulder Toss. There, blink crash on 2! Great initiation from Illidan, but the Grave is going to prevent the kill onto Fly for now.
Huge power shot.
Oh, not enough damage. Barely survives thanks to the heals, and also the Vanguard pickup from Fly. This blink crush not quite as good, but does catch up Moon, which may be enough. The Shackle! G! On point will bring down crit. Next in line could be Fly. The amp damage, meaning these right clicks, they hit hard. Vanguard helping keep Fly alive. Elsewhere, it's kills coming out from the Brood as well as the Visage. Can they bring down Fly? Blink, Shackle. Familiar's there for the stuns. The Soul Assumption as well, and OG capitulating in their own base as well. Nature's Prophet actually trades his life for the Brood. Not too bad considering he saves the racks, but that was a dieback from Moon. He saves the bottom racks for now. Illidan's already there with Spiderlings, and it looks like the range Rex will be the target since it doesn't feel like they have enough damage to get the melee.
Holy crap, what a
this game
fight.
is nuts.
What
are we watching?
They committed the tombstone and everything to try to go for that kill. Global comes out perfectly. They play so well with this silencer. This is one of the few teams that just excels with it every single time. G was probably just like, silence, I can blink after the cyclone. Blinks out. OG decides, you know what, we're going to try to keep committing. Tombstone was already deployed, so they fought away from the tombstone. Beautiful shackles coming out from G. Great team fight for VP there.
Yeah.
And now Lil's going to have... Lil basically... Okay, he goes for the Solar Crest.
Okay, this doesn't... prioritizes that over the Ags for now.
Yeah. Fly's got a Crimson Guard on the Undying now, too. Very farmed up.
Brood picks up a BKB, so... I like the Crimson. It's definitely going to help a lot against the Wind Ranger, and we can even see that fight. Fly was amped up and kind of just shrugging off the Wind Ranger right-click damage. But that's likely to change as a Demon Edge has been picked up for G, so looking to MKB it up, I'm sure.
Notel's sick of this Brood shenanigans, buys a gem. He buys himself one, too. Sports didn't buy it, he was just like, I'm getting it. I'm a support. I'm in.
Does mean he's not going to have... I feel like this is a game where he's definitely going to need a BKB against the Brood Orchid, as well as like the Shackles, the Silence. He can't really rely on getting that ultimate off. Smoke ganks coming in. 5-man smoke from BP. Can they get Notel? The Blink Crush airballs! Global's there, though, but they're missing Illidan stun. There's the Crimson Guard Fly going to be on the receiving end. He gets graved up, though. Maybe he gets off a couple of spells here. Cooldown from the side from Miracle. Catches a few. Phobos going to BKB. Insatiable Hunger. He's trying to fight. OG have already lost the Undying. On the side, it's G taking a lot of right-click damage. He's been weaved up. That minus armor really starting to kick in, but there's no damage from the side of OG. They're getting swarmed upon. Chain stun. Brought down. The VP team fight proving to be too much for them to handle. And Notel gets the blink out after the split, but he may still be chased down. Where's that Slaughter? Blink, Crush, amp damage there as well. G will blink, shackle him, and it's a team wipe. 5-man wipe. Lil, of all heroes, getting a ultra kill.
Freshly bought gem. Recovered now for VP.
And that will not show in the... This team fight recap. What is this? This is not a 500 gold swing.
The crazy thing is, too, that the Dazzle gets a 5-man aggressive weave. He hit all 5 of the enemy heroes with that, and still, it doesn't matter. Like, they can't really do anything. They're trying to get all these attacks up, but they just keep getting locked down constantly, kited around, and, yeah.
And that was with the initial Crush even completely missing. Mid lane, FNG's being caught by Moon. Just a cheeky little play from him, but it still looks like the death of this bottom Rax. Lift comes out, range Rax kept alive a little bit longer, but... Either one does have backdoor protection. Yeah, that's going to actually keep it alive for a little bit longer. Maybe OG can make a defense of this. I know there's no silencer in there. They're going to look to fight this one. Call down only catches Lil for now. The TP out. Successful. Barely. It looks like Brood still looking to fight. Inside the middle of the enemy base will turn BKB. Insatiable Hunger. They need to run now.
He's like, uh-oh. Bad idea.
Yeah. Everyone was kind of bailing. They didn't get the melee Rax.
He bought himself a Vlad's now as well. And it looks like G is picking himself up a Demon Edge.
Nice. MKB is a must against the Brewmaster.
Visage is soon to become a core.
Oh, yeah.
He's about to have his Ags. Ags with an Amplify sounds kind of painful.
This is just where all, like, 4 of VP's heroes have significant damage output and lockdown. You look at Illidan, he's not even going for damage or BKB. He's going for a 4-staff. He's actually playing the Slaughter as if he was an offlaner. Going for pure utility.
It's probably the right choice now at this point. Yeah. Your Windrunner, your Brood, and your Visage are probably dealing out most of the damage. You're just kind of a lockdown. As long as you can survive and get more crushes in a team fight, that's probably the more ideal thing to do.
Considering OG's lack of lockdown, it's going to be an item that really can benefit you a lot. The cold, great against the cooldown to kind of dodge some of that damage and get away. Good against the Brewmaster. So OG really trying to find a pickoff up top. They've smoked in deep, but it seems VP fully aware of this. Lil's Visage just hugging the tier 3 tower, not moving out at all. So VP very much on point here in game number 1.
Yeah, they're just seem like they know everything that's going on.
G, I almost want to say baiting here in the mid lane. Global Silence at the ready should Brewmaster go for that blink engagement. And yeah, monkey business, not even going to look to make the play.
Let's see if they use these spiders to scout at all. Nope. Looks like they just want to try to pressure the lane in.
I think they were scared that OG had maybe snuck their way into Roshan, because right now they have no vision of where OG are on the
This
map.
Rosh is going to die so quickly.
Yeah, and OG can't get there. If they go through this mid lane, there's a dire ward, which they'll have to walk right by, so
You can't get past
they've
that.
already used their smokes.
Amplify with Solar Crest with Focus Fire is just way too much damage on a Roshan.
VP smoked themselves. That went undetected here. They will see OG heroes up top, and they're going to head right there. These Radiant wards, OG may be thinking they're protected by the vision, but not the case whatsoever. VP ready with the Blink Shackle. Who are they going to catch? TP out from the Gyro.
Who's it going to be?
It seems OG at least aware of what's coming their way. Power shot. They saw him.
Wow. They stopped the TP. They know he's there.
Yeah, there we go. They've got him with the focus. Great map sense. And just knowing that heroes often will fall back from that kind of split push, and rather than TP out, be a bit greedy, linger around a bit longer in the trees. That was good reactions from OG. They very much TP'd right away, and they had no vision. It was a smoke from VP. They had wards, but these were wards that were not going to scout out that smoke rotation.
Yeah, it was just great movement there from VP, knowing that he's going to hide in those trees, knowing the player, knowing the team.
Moon does have an Aghanim Scepter on the Nature's Prophet. Some decent D-push available at least, but VP with Aegis in hand, it looks like they're about to just start grouping up and taking this top lane of towers. Tier 1 already down, and possibly looking for more here. Boss, he's been dusted actually. Forced to BKB and
Speedy Spider.
look it out. That'll get rid of the dust. Moon still there, catches him with the Sprout and a second dust, but gets out of there.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Phase Boot's helping him escape, and that's double dust.
Radiant's top tower
But
is under attack.
BKB down to 7 seconds now.
Structures are
Ultimately,
fortified.
OG wanted that kill, though.
That was so weird. Didn't he get hit when he was in the Sprout? Why could he just walk over it?
That was a level 4 Sprout, too. I do not know.
He just put down a web and walked over, even though he was getting attacked. I thought isn't the whole point you can't move if you get hit? You can't walk over? Whatever.
Dire's middle
I
tower
didn't want to
is
comment
under
because I'm
attack.
not like a hardcore Brood player. It was
I'm
one of
not
those
really
things where
either,
it's
but
like-
I was just like, wait a minute. Maybe it was like the attack didn't hit him in the air in the time that he put the web down and walked. That looked a little weird to me.
Yeah.
Mechanics.
It may have, yeah, maybe just his flying movement came back right before the hit landed or something, but
something like that.
it was hard to tell.
Lil,
Who knows?
you're all alone there, dude. You're going for a solo kill on a panda.
Oh, with the global silence, he can get
You're
it
gonna
too.
get
He's got another. That's where your brew needs a BKB. And he's not farming anytime soon. This is a 6.8k net worth brew. And Lil isn't done. He's like, okay, let's look for some more. Miracle, you want to fight? I'll take you on.
Now he surpassed the Slardar, and he's gonna have level 16 soon on the Visage, which is gonna be even more damage.
That's
But
actually
yeah, he just
nuts.
soloed well, not soloed. He got a global help.
Yeah.
But basically soloed the core panda.
If not for the global, he'd like force out a primal split, which is impressive in itself.
Dire's structures
Moon just doing what he can to split push the map now in the bottom lane. But here comes the high ground siege from Virtus.Pro. Blink Crush comes out on Miracle. Defensive weave used, and that's going to try to keep him alive. One stun, two. There's the third. Shackle doesn't land, so that's going to probably be VP backing off now.
I'm surprised it didn't shackle to a zombie.
Yeah.
Knowing the way that
It
spell
looked like
works.
there was like even a dazzle behind, like slightly out of range, but you never really know if they're out of range. Again, we see Prophet just keeping these lanes pushed out as much as possible, but the push coming in bottom from Phobos, and that's still a melee Raxi. Another Blink Crush from Miracle. That Shackle will land. The Grave is there as well, but Miracle
Big power shot.
goes down. Nope, Sorp is there. Soul Assumption Power Shot, not going to be enough to finish him off. They save the heals till the end of the Grave. Nicely played. Looks like VP likely just wanting this melee Rax at bottom, which they never finished off last time they came. No tail. Blinks in with a clap. He gets crushed, though. He needs to make sure he gets off his spells. He's getting shackled as well. He cannot Primal Split. Oh, no. The Grave will keep him alive a bit longer. Will it be long enough? Nope. No Primal Split for you. Brewmaster without a buyback. Miracle in the front lane says not have a Grave now because it was used on the Brew. He will buy back, though. This bottom melee Rax looking all but dead. Question is, can they get more? The Wind Ranger will find one more. Another Blink Crush comes out. Miracle. He's bought back already. He can't afford to die. The Grave will keep him alive for now. Couple more heals. Lil wants this kill. Soul Assumption is there as the Grave wears off. Lil gets himself a godlike streak. They'll bring down the melee Rax, and OG getting beaten down in their own base. It's good game.
Lil Visage. Oh, and he's gonna watch. Drops all his items. There we go.
Oh. Where's the mangoes?
Yeah, he's got a TP. Oh, he didn't have a
he's-
TP.
he's
He only
too
does
far
that if he
away
has a TP. He TPs to base and buys the 6 mangoes. Still, very well done by VP. their team fight looks so good. The way they play around the global is incredible. Maybe you want to ban it for something like in the third, fourth. They just play so well around it.
That was, absolutely fantastic global usage. And the
Visage, I mean, G as well. I mean, we're not really talking about the Winter under the Brood and the Visage. They did so much work. Even Illidan had some great crushes. All across the board, VP just played some very good teamwork.
And it doesn't feel like it was just the 5th pick Brood that caught them by surprise. No. That was why they won, because Brood didn't completely snowball, didn't win the game single-handedly. It was much more the team fight, which OG seemed to, like, you see the first 3 picks for OG. They had Gyro as well as, it was Gyro, Dazzle, and Undying, and you're looking at like this crazy mid-game team fight, but then they never really had any initiation or good lockdown to go with it, perhaps.
Yeah.
Like, they had no setup outside of the Brewmaster, who was blinking into an Orchid, a Global Silence, a Slider Crush.
Yeah, it just seems like every time they were going in with the Panda, it was VP was like, oh, Panda's gonna go in, let him come in, let him go, come on, let's do it.
If they had, and that's where like they got the Prophet last pick. If that was a Sven, then they have at least some kind of initiation. Yeah, been a bit different, but
just really well done.
So VP take game 1 of this best of 3. Loser of this is knocked out from the Summit for Europe. We're going to take a break. Come back for game number 2 of VP versus X Monkey Business. Now OG Dota 2.
G2A.com, the best video